Hi, my name is Pavan Kumar and I am a second year medical student. Can I know your name and age, please?
My name is Suday Kiran and my age is 21.
Okay. Today I'll be performing a blood pressure test on you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Okay. During this procedure, I'll just be placing the cuff around your arm and seeing the brachial and radial pulses. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Don't worry. It might be a bit uncomfortable, but it won't hurt you.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Okay. That sounds good. And before coming here, did you take any caffeinated drinks, alcohol, or smoking 30 minutes prior?
No.
Okay. Did you do any exercises?
No.
Okay. How did you come up here? Did you take steps or escalator?
Escalator.
Okay. Make yourself free. We will be performing in a while.
Okay.
Okay. So please place your left hand on the table.
Yeah.
Before proceeding further, I will check if the patient is having any lesion, scars, or any swellings on his arm. Okay. Now I will be taking the radial pulse. Now I will palpate your brachial artery.
Yeah.
I will be checking your partial systolic pressure, okay? I'll be placing this cuff, just let me know if it's tight. Is it tight?
Yeah, it's tight.
Now?
Yeah, it's
Now I have taken the partial systolic pressure. We do this because if patient is suffering from hypertension or arterial disease, direct pressure on the brachial artery without knowing the partial systolic pressure may lead to the burst in the arteries. Hence we do this procedure. Now I will place the stethoscope onto the brachial artery and add 30 mm Hg onto the meter. So your blood pressure is 110 by 90, which is normal. There's nothing to worry. Your blood pressure is normal. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Tirupaturu Mahendra Babu Likita and I am a second year medical student. Today I am going to examine eye. So let's ask the patient name and age and a concern from her.
Mahima, I'm 20 years old.
Are you comfortable?
Yes.
If I check your eye?
Yes.
Okay. Before we start the eye examination, we have to ask the patient whether they're having the glasses or not. If the patient is having the reading glasses, say the patient to remove the glasses and then start the examination. So let's ask the patient. Are you having the reading glasses or any powerful glasses?
No.
Okay. Now let's do the visual acuity test. For this test, I'm going to use the Snellen's chart and I'm making the patient to stand 20 feet distance from the chart. I place the patient to stand 20 feet away from the chart now. So I will ask her to read the smallest line as possible with one eye closed with cardboard, and will repeat the same procedure with the other eye.
DEFPOTEC.
Read this again with the other eye.
DEFPOTEC.
Now the visual acuity test is done. The patient's visual acuity is 20 by 20. Now let's do the visual field test. I'm going to do the static finger wiggle test. So I'm going to say the patient to look into my eyes, and I'm going to wiggle my fingers and ask her to say when it is visible. Now let's start with the test. So now I'm going to wiggle my fingers. So when it is visible to you, just say S.
Okay, doc. Yes. Yes. Yes.
We are done with the visual field test. Now we are going into the general inspection of the eye. First, we have to sanitize our hands. So now I am going to check the eyelids. The upper eyelid and the lower eyelid are intact. There is no presence of any lesions and edema. The eyebrows, there is no any scaliness on the eyebrows. The length of the palpebral fissures are right. The lacrimal glands are intact. There is no watery discharge, so there is no any swellens also found here. Now we have to see the sclera and the conjunctiva. Can you look apart? The sclera is white in color. There is no any sign of conjunctivitis here found. Now let's examine the cornea, iris and the pupil. For this I am going to use the pen light. So I am going to put this pen light into your eye. Is it fine?
Yes.
This corneal reflex is the red light reflex. So here now I am placing the pen light from the temporal side, and I am observing that the pupil here is contracted. Let's do the consensual light reflect test for both the eyes. For this test, I'm going to use one pen light and the one phone light. So one phone light, I'll keep it as a constant. I'm not going to move this. Look forward. So I'm going to place this pen light from the temporal part. So I'm just bringing like this. So just observe the iris. Here the iris is contracted. The both iris here is contracted. So now here the consensual light reflect test is intact. Now let's do the extraocular muscle test. So for this I am going to say the patient to just look into my fingertip. So I am going to use my finger for this test. So I will do it with the H shape. For this test, you don't move your neck, just follow my fingertip. Okay? So I'm going to start from here. So I'm going to do it with the H position. Just follow my fingertip. Don't move your neck. From this test, we have come to know that the ocular muscles are intact. Now let's do the lid-lag test. For this test, I'm going to use my finger and I'm asking the patient to just see my finger, okay? Just follow my finger. The lid-lag test refers to the inability of the upper lid to follow the eye at the same velocity from the up gaze to the down gaze. Now, patient, the lid-lag test is normal. Now I'm going to do the convergent test. For this test, I'm going to use pen. So I will ask the patient to just see the tip of the pen, and now I will keep this forward and ask the patient to follow this tip of the pen. Here we are going to observe the patient's eyes are converging. Here the convergent test is done. So now we are going to check the internal structures of the eye with the ophthalmoscope. I'm going to use the ophthalmoscope. I'm going to put light into your eye. So are you okay with it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use the ophthalmoscope with my right hand, and I'm going to examine the patient's right eye with my right eye. Here we can easily appreciate the internal structures of the eye, in which the optic disc and macula are intact, and here we are appreciating the arteries and veins, in which the veins are dilated and the arteries are constricted. That's all for the physical examination of the eye. Thank you.
Hi, this is Nirala Rashid. Now I am going to perform the physical examination of ear. First, we need to sanitize our hands. Your name?
Navan,
Age?
23.
Yeah. Now I am going to perform a physical examination for your eye. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, for this examination, I need to inspect your auricle and surrounding tissue for any lumps or deformities and skin lesions. I'm going to palpate helix, antihelix, lobule, tragus. I'm going to perform tug test, which is we need to press the tragus and move the auricle up and down. Do you feel any pain?
No.
If there is any pain, it doesn't affect the otitis external. Press mastoid. There is no tenderness. And the other examination is otoscopic examination. We need to examine your ear canal and eardrum using the otoscopic instrument. For this, we need to grab your ear auricle upward and backward, and we need to check for the wax, any site of foreign bodies or redness or any tumor. Auricle, upward and backward. Check for any tumor or redness. As there is no any site of tremendous. And you need to repeat for the other ear also. Auditory acuity whisper test. Do you have any imbalance in hearing?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, we need to perform the whisper test, which is like a stand 2 feet away from the patient and rub the tragus gently and whisper some combination of numbers and words, and you need to repeat that, okay?
Yeah.
Rub the tragus and whisper some combination of the numbers and words. Like
G. K. F.
and repeat this process for the other ear also. Even if this process fails, you can confirm it by the Weber test. Yeah, Weber test. Make sure your room needs to be quiet actually, and take the tuning fork and vibrate it and place it on the top of the head of the patient and ask him whether he is able to hear both in the equals or not. Do you hear equal in both ears?
Yes.
And the final test is urinary test. For this test, we're going to compare air conduction and bone conduction. For this process, we need to vibrate the tuning fork and place it on the mastoid, and also place it near to the eardrum and ask the patient whether he hears vibration or not. Do you hear it, the vibration?
Yes.
And repeat this process to the other ear also. Yeah, did you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah. We need to conclude the audio process for this now. In the final part is we're gonna record all of your findings.